Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. What a day today. What a fantastic day. We got so much lined up for you. First of all, thank you very much, Sensei, for doing a fantastic job. The breakfast show every morning, preparing you for the breakfast, getting ready for the upcoming day with your charts, with your requests, the latest news, and so on and so forth. I'm now here slightly later today because of extra events that have been scheduled. I have to set them all up. And trust me, I get up 5:30 in the morning now, so I can't get up any earlier. There is so much to prepare for every day. So welcome everybody to the event. We do have a jam-packed day today. So thank you for being here with us. The markets are up this morning. Very nice indeed. Why are they up? Well, because we've got the FOMC report shortly, but it's on the back of a China deal and also the India deal as well. People have been concerned about the fact there's a war breaking out in India and Pakistan. Of course, that's not good. However, there's much more economic news, which is keeping the markets up. It's because we do have new deals being done in India from the US and the United Kingdom. So that is overshadowing the concerns with the war. So that's why the markets are up today. Not just China, but new deals are being done in India, and the war is being downplayed at the moment. Will that continue? Well, we'll find out. So first of all, tap the like button to let me know you're here. Share it out to more people. Consider subscribing as well to our channel. I think we could even hit 80,000 subscribers today. So what's coming up on your show today? This is your show after all. There's a lot going on. So shall I show you what's coming up? Let's get straight into it. Today's events. All right, so here we go. We're live right now with the opening bell show. Straight after this, in 9:30 a.m., 101 minutes from now, we do have another premiere, never seen before, world premiere from Sensei with Vaz, getting ready for our part of our EVTOL week this week. We believe that this is the new innovative stock. You want to be involved in this. That's going live in 100 minutes precisely. It's on the home page of the channel, right at the top, videos. That's what comes after this. The link is in the top. It'll also take you there automatically, or you can look below on the home page of the channel. Straight after that, straight after Vaz's presentation, we go into Vaz himself with the earnings information. Now, this is a very interesting stock. It's better than Archer by 1 billion. Really important story on this one, and congratulations to our Vaz. He's actually talking to Vertical Aerospace directly, and he might be on the call. I mean, this is how much we're growing on this channel. This is absolutely wonderful. Congratulations that you're even talking to Vertical Aerospace, Vaz. Straight after Vertical Aerospace, we go into the FOMC report. Back-to-back stuff. You won't have time to eat, sleep, sit down, or even go to the toilet this morning. We're going to be back-to-back with you. You can see it on the big screen behind me. I'm showing you that as well. That's the big event coming up today. There it is, the FOMC report. Rate cuts, surprise, spook the market, drop the market, take the market off? Well, you'll soon find out. That's coming up. So that's your rundown for today. And there are other things that I'm still working on that will follow that, but Sensei was giving you some clues to it, but I'm still working on it. It's not ready yet. Anyway, thank you ever so much, everyone who subscribed to our channel. Can you believe it? Nearly 1,000 subscribers a day. Let's get to 80,000 today. You know what comes next? 90, and then the countdown to 100,000 subscribers. Click subscriber in the bell and tap the like button. That would be absolutely wonderful. All right, so a jam-packed day we've got for you today, so you don't need to go anywhere. It'll all happen here. All the news back to back will happen. So let me go straight to the comments and see who's here this morning. So who is first? Who wins the prize? JJ 8ball, good morning to you. James, oh, he's saying, hang on a minute, I'm first. There's a bit of a fight going over here. Present and smashed RB. We'll hear from RB in a second. Title says surprise Fed cut. Do we know already they will cut? No, we don't know they will cut. That's why it's a question mark. It says surprise rate cut. Will we get a surprise rate cut? We won't know. We won't know. There's no way you can know. Nobody knows. It's top secret until we report on it live. Hello in the chat, says All X. Good morning to you. Morning, James. Good morning, RB. Good morning. Henrik from Denmark, how are you? Lovely to see you. I have my hydrogen water ready, said Stacey. I love it. Chances are they will keep rates the same, but you never know. More importantly is what Powell says. I agree, Steve Mariano. It's the presentation at the end, the Q&A with the press. What will he say? Absolutely right. Okay. Stacey, add tea bag to your hydrogen water. That's good advice, that is, mate. DJ Hayes, good morning to you. Lovely stuff. Smash the like button and share. Martyn goes above and beyond for his Lucasades. So much respect to him. Don't know how he does it. I don't know, actually, sometimes. I got to be honest, sometimes. Now, you've never seen me yawn on the show. That's the first time. You know why? I still haven't quite found my way yet with being able to follow Sensei, have all the shows from Vaz lined up and everything yet. Because of course I don't get them at night time. I get them now because this is when I get them. And you might say, what? Do them in your sleep? I could do them in my sleep, I suppose. But yeah, I'm getting pretty tired. This is stretching it somewhat to try and keep up with, because basically we've got 3 channels on one now. So it's a challenge. I don't mind telling you, but I'll find my stride. I'll find a way to be more efficient. Not quite sure how yet. I think I've got it down to the second. Anyway, one thing is certain: Martyn doesn't need to clickbait. Yes, no. I'm just here providing you the news. Hi, James. Good morning. Sorry, I don't see any clickbaits on the video list. Sorry, I don't see any clickbaits on the video list here. Well, there's good clickbait and bad clickbait. I'll just answer. I'll answer that for you. I'm in media, and my job is to provide you with the best service, provide you with the best news, provide you with the community, provide you with trusted, honest information. That's my job. I entertain, teach, educate. That's my job. However, none of that works unless you watch. So the idea of a thumbnail and a title is to encourage you to at least look. Then, of course, good clickbait delivers on what it says. Bad clickbait doesn't. So in other words, if I thought everybody would click on a naked girl, for example, or maybe a naked guy, if that's your thing, the ladies would say definitely. So if I put a picture of a naked man or lady on the thumbnail and you thought, oh, it's all about nude people and it was about me talking about the Fed, that would be bad clickbait because you clicked on it and it wasn't what you got. However, if I create intrigue and question and curiosity, and you look at that, that's good clickbait. That's my job. So you know, people get confused sometimes with accusing people of clickbait. Good clickbait is what you're supposed to do, because if you don't do good clickbait, nobody's going to click. I mean, it's simple as that. It's no difference than a book cover or a movie theatre with a billboard outside, publicity, a newspaper, headlines on the TV. You have to create intrigue. But again, like I say, if you said this is the weather forecast and it was actually Cartoon Network, then that would be bad, right? So you've got to deliver. But my job is to create interest and intrigue so you at least look. Because if nobody looks, nobody watches, I don't earn any money. This is my job. This is how I live. If I don't provide you with any services and you don't value my services and you don't watch, I can't provide the service because I'm not earning any money. This is my job. So I hope that explains the good and bad clickbait debate. Get to the like button. I like it. Good morning, Mark. Hi, Mark. I love it. I just ate 4 eggs and I hate eggs. You are welcome for the information. Fair enough. Thank you. Smash the like, Sasha. I was still moaning about Mobix on Extra. Oh, was you over on Extra this morning? Yes. Mobix. I was speaking. I've got some news on Mobix, actually. Mobix, of course, it's Librizio. We had the CEO live on the show. He's been seriously unwell. The good news is he's recovering, and they were quite concerned about his health, actually. It got quite serious. And I spoke to Mobix yesterday, and he's on the mend, and that can only be good. There was a temporary CEO. That could be good for the business. All right, so I thought you should know about that. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Kazansky. And by the way, I passed on the good wishes from the Lucasades because I thought you'd appreciate, you'd want to be in on that. Good morning, Kazansky. Mike, I had bought and sold many shares and made money, but got stuck. Always late, Stephen B. No, we don't know they will cut. To be honest, the chance of a cut is under 4% today. I agree. Yes, he doesn't need to do it, but he is doing it for weeks now. It is clickbait. Chance under 4%, and they will cut. Joshi Kenish, I've just explained what clickbait is. If you agree, disagree, that's entirely up to you. I'm just presenting the facts to you. Hello, is surprise rate cut clickbait, or is that true? Surprise surprise. I mean, I put an asterisk. I mean, I'm simply suggesting the point. I'm making the point. Surprise rate cut. I don't know. No one knows. Morning, James. Good morning, all. Good morning, Crystal. Afternoon, Rogue Rider. Good morning, Kazansky. Good morning to you. Sid from the Netherlands. Hello to you. Kazansky, maybe there's a hope still. Hi, Martin. How you doing? Brid W. Welcome, everybody. Lovely to see so many people here this morning. Wingo. B, good morning to you. Good morning, Martin. Lucasade family. Jocelyn, welcome to you. Green Day, darn it. My fingers crossed. Maserati Ants. It was the Ferrari earnings yesterday, Maserati. I'm assuming you like sports cars. You could have requested that. Yes, that's what I mean regarding clickbait. Only good clickbait here. Yes. I never, ever, ever, ever suggest anything in the title that makes no sense at all just to get you to watch, because it doesn't deliver any value to you. This whole channel... Wow, I can hear some crashing outside. I've just realised it's the bin men. You know, every Tuesday, I am the man of bins. You know that? Every Tuesday night, I put the bins out, and now they're collecting them. So Tuesday night... I am the man of bins. Joshi, what do you think about, based on information, do you think today is red? Always positive, negativity out. FOMC meeting. They won't cut rates. Market won't like it. Chris, I'd rather watch Cartoon Network over the Weather Channel anyway. I have 610 of Mobix. Martin, thank you very much. Mike, for letting me know. How are you, Mike? How is the lovely Lisa, by the way? Good morning, Steve Mariano. Joshi, the White House are doing a lot of big moves and announcements. In my logical opinion, people are not going to sell since it might pump as soon as the announcements are made. Good morning. Thanks for your opinion. Top of the morning to you. Bob Smith, are you from Ireland? I've got family in Ireland. Trump should use reverse psychology on Powell since Powell has TDS. That loser needs to raise rates, says Bobby. Powell will then cut. Well, there you go, Bobby. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. And last comment here before I come back to the news is from Armada Jew. She says, or he says, I don't know. We can't be good. War can't be good for the markets. All right, let me come back to where we are. So, the news this morning. If you just tuned in, tap the like button and consider subscribing to our channel. Hopefully, we'll get to 80,000 subscribers today. So, last night at 5 o'clock, we had a surprise announcement from Donald Trump. it wasn't, the White House, I should say. Scott Bessent is now scheduled to meet with the Chinese to talk tariffs. And we believe strongly there will be a deal. On the announcement of that last night, the S&P went up 0.5%. That is a lot for the S&P. Imagine the entire US economy moving in 1 second, 1%. It's a big deal. My portfolio went up $4,000. So imagine how many billions and trillions were made in 1 second last night. Anyway, up went the market, and we've stayed up pretty much because we're expecting good news to come out of that meeting. There's no reason why it wouldn't, because China have to do a deal. It's unsustainable. Their factories are shutting down and so on and so forth. That's all good. Now, why is the markets up with a war looming or breaking out in Pakistan and India? Well, last night we covered it live on the show, as we always do, catch the news ahead of anyone, which was great. We covered the news last night, and very sad to hear that. But remember, this is important. Disagreements have been going on between India and Pakistan for centuries. Now, the issue now is, of course, they are both nuclear powers. So you don't want nuclear powers dropping bombs on each other for obvious reasons. However, the reason why the markets have stayed up this morning, a little bit of trimming, but they've stayed up when we are green, is because new tariffs, new deals, trade deals have just been signed from the UK. India are preparing a trade deal with the US. There's lots of good news in the region. So that's overshadowing what's going on today with the war. So that's why the markets are up. Now then, the Fed is going to report live soon. You can see from my big screen, we're going to be covering the FOMC report live on the show. There's the show going live this morning. It's on the homepage of the channel if you want the time. Now, what we don't want is a surprise. Markets like to know that the economy is being handled well. The reason why the market sold off in the first place was uncertainty due to Trump's tariffs. The Fed, you can't fight the Fed, and we've got whether you like him or not, we've got a strong, at least anyway, chair to the Fed. He says what he does what he says. You might not like it, but everything he does is a very specific style. And what we want today is to get no rate cuts, but to know that one is coming in June. So a dovish Fed. Basically, you want the Fed to say the economy's moving in the right direction. Inflation is under control. It's coming down, which it is. You could argue it's gone completely. Well, not completely. It's always going to be at least 2%. It's not going to be a negative. I mean, it could be, of course, but we're not in that position. So inflation is cooling. The jobs situation is okay. GDP is okay. The general setup is okay, and we have no reason to not cut rates in June. That would be a good today. Now, of course, from a selfish point of view, just thinking about myself, but thinking about myself doesn't do anything. I want to think what's best for the economy, what's best for the stock market. That's what's best for me. All right, not what's best for me today. I would love rates to go down because my cost of borrowing on margin would go down. However, I don't want to go down at the expense of driving the market down. So I'm okay with the rates being held as they are. Certainly don't want a rate hike. There's no chance of that. That's not going to happen. That would be catastrophic if it did. But if we got a rate cut today, it's not necessarily bad. But what we don't want today, what we definitely don't want, is 0.5%. Now, 0.5% would catch up with the European Central Bank. Maybe Jerome Powell wants to do that, but I don't think so. US like to lead. Yes, they're behind, but they don't want to play catch up with Europe either. So I think there's a chance of a rate cut. As long as it's a 0.25 with another 0.25 coming in June, would be very dovish and nice. But I'm more likely to expect a pause and then a dovish effect for June. Now, we have always said the same thing for the last 2 years. I've been, not 2 years, about a year and a half, I think. I've always said 2 rate cuts in 2025. What is the purpose of doing analysis? And professionals on CNBC do it every day. Up, down, on, off, tariffs on, tariffs off. What's the point of that? You've got to be able to look forward, look through everything and say, okay, including everything that's going to happen or what I think might happen, this is where I see the market in a year from now. These are my predictions on rates, prices, and so on. What is the point of literally making predictions every 5 minutes, changing them? Then it's not a prediction, is it? A prediction is something you believe is going to happen in the future, and then you wait to the future to see if you got it right. If you keep changing your mind every 5 minutes, it's not a prediction. You're useless. What is the purpose of you? And analysts on CNBC every day. It's 4, it's 2, it's none, it's 4 cuts, it's 2 cuts, it's no cuts. What is the point of that? You're not putting your name in the sand. You're not making a declaration of anything. You're just taking up my bloody airtime, and I haven't got time for it. I used to pay attention to what these people said on CNBC, and now I realise they're just creating TV, wasting my time, and my time is valuable, and I value every second of my day. Every second of my day has a price tag on it. It has a value to me, what it's worth financially, emotionally, in every which way you want. And CNBC is just to sell me rubbish, so I'm not interested. Same with Bloomberg, make noise. So I'm going to say what I've said since the beginning. I've said I predict 2 rate cuts. Now that was in the basis of there could be surprises. There could be wars. Well, there are wars. There could be uncertainty with Donald Trump. Well, there was uncertainty with Donald Trump. And looking at the general economy a year ago, that's what I see then. That's what I see today. Nothing has changed. I've said 2 rate cuts. Well, I've been saying 2. It's been 4 on, 4 off, 0, 2, 3. Everyone changes their mind every 5 minutes and gets paid thousands of dollars, millions of dollars to make silly predictions, which aren't predictions at all. I used to think that Tom Lee was a guru to me. I used to think, wow, this guy's great. I've now realised, and you can sort of see it on his face as well. He's always got that sort of nonchalant face. It's like, full well, oh my God, yesterday I said it was going to be up. Now I'm on the same channel saying it's going to be down. I mean, how do I get away with this? Just keep repeating different stories every day. I don't know. Anyway, so for me, it's 2 rate cuts. If we get 3, that would be a surprise. It'd be good. Because if we are getting more and more cuts, then obviously everything's fine. But I'm budgeting for 2. I'm planning for 2. I'm investing for 2. I've got a plan to get to 1 million. I know what my buy levels are. I know I'm not selling. I know if the market drops 50%, I'm okay. I'm prepared for it. I'll buy more. So I'll increase my margin. I don't care. I mean, absolutely no issue with using margin at all. So yeah, that's my thoughts on today. Anyway, let's have a look at your comments from what I just said there. Good morning. Thanks. That's your opinion, Caban. We will see. Top of the morning. Good morning, Martin. Love the show. Donald DeBoyko. Thank you. You mean decades, not centuries. Decade. What did I say? I don't know. No. I do mean centuries. I do mean centuries. Pakistan and India have been fighting since the beginning of time. It's like Israel and Palestine and Gaza and all these places. They've been fighting forever. These are never-ending wars. On one level or another. Pakistan did not exist prior to 1948. Before them, it was just, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. An Indian state, okay. But the point was they were still fighting. Their religious factions were still fighting, whether you want to call it a state of India or Pakistan, whatever. I get your point. But these regions have been fighting forever. Just go and watch Indiana Jones. Is it possible that if he does cut rates, we can still end up in a worse situation than we are now? Well, we won't end up in a worse situation because he cuts rates. We'll end up in a worse situation because he cuts rates because the job market needs it more. Remember, he has a dual mandate, for stable prices and stable employment. So he has two things. He has to weigh up two things. We want low inflation, but we also want maximum employment. So you want both. So it's always a balancing act. So he could lower rates to stimulate the economy, but then we could still go down the toilet if tariff deals aren't done. I mean, that's always possible, but I don't believe that's going to happen. Anyway, Sonjoy from India. Hello there. How are you? Market is moving negative due to India-Pakistan high tension. No, I don't. That's not the case, Sonjoy. As I just explained earlier, we've got what's going on in India and Pakistan, and thank you for being here. But the markets are still up because not only do we expect a China deal, but we've got lots of good news, good economic news coming out of India as well. We've just signed a deal with the UK's biggest trade deal ever. We've got deals being done with the United States to India. So we've got lots of good news in the economic world that's overshadowing the fighting. And because fighting has always existed in these areas, even though it's more serious now because they're nuclear powers, the markets are still up. All right? So it's worth noting that. Prediction versus speculation. Well, there's a good question for you, isn't it? I mean, I think it's just, I don't think it comes down to that. 1 of 7 billion. I think what it comes down to is let's sell TV on Bloomberg and CNBC and let's just basically say anything to keep everybody watching. I mean, simple as that, really. Don't look for a secret. I learned many years ago that the secret of life, do you know what the secret of life is? Can anyone guess what the secret of life is? I learned this. And I travelled all around the world. I've been absolutely everywhere, all over the world. Can you tell me what you think the secret of life is? And I found this out by travelling all around the world. Good morning. And when I say it, you'll go, is that it? Yeah, it's simple. And you'll go, oh, okay. But the simple answer is always the answer. Morning, Martyn. Let cut the rates. Says Jim. Did you take your wife out to dinner? I did. With all the super chats I got the other night when I was drinking whiskey, I took Leah to our steakhouse. Yes, we did. Thank you very much indeed. That was a wonderful gift from all of you. I'm trying to understand how you can predict to rate cuts. Could you explain this? I'm trying to understand how you can predict rate cuts. Well, there's lots of ways to predict rate cuts. So essentially, if you want to predict rate cuts, you've got to look at the overall economy. Remember, the economy is not the stock market. Okay? What people are spending in the shops is not the stock market. What people are spending in the shops and the pain and inflation is real today, happening today, a real situation today. The stock market is the future of all of that. Because people are investing for the future. Yes, there are traders who don't care less, who buy in and out, but essentially we're buying the prices of stocks where we think they will be in 6 months to a year's time. So the economy is behind the stock market. So how do we work out whether we've going to get rate cuts or not? Well, first of all, the Fed, who meet regularly to discuss these things, they're the ones who make the decisions. They're the ones who have most information about GDP, growth of the United States, inflation of the United States, employment, and so on and so forth. And they look at all the numbers and they do what's called a dot plot. And they plot dots on a plot. They decide how many on the board think it's going to go up and down. They make their decisions. And sometimes all the dots on the plot are all in the same place. They're all saying the same thing. Some will say higher, some say lower. But there's a board of people, and then the chair makes, the chair is the overall boss. But they're making an estimation of where the economy is going. Do we need to put pressure on the economy? Now, the purpose of having rates high is to slow down the economy, cool the economy. When the economy overheats, when it gets overbought, inflation gets high. Remember what causes inflation? A runaway economy. Everyone just keeps buying more and more, making more, and runaway prices. To bring the economy back into balance, otherwise, inflation is the biggest fear that we have in the economic world for the Fed, because if we don't have control of inflation, we have control of no money whatsoever. Imagine if we had, and some countries do, some countries have had it, thousands of % of inflation. So you imagine going to the supermarket and you think eggs are expensive, going from $1 to $10. Imagine if they were $100 for eggs. Imagine if that was the case. Money would be devalued. It's not that eggs, this is what people don't understand. It's not that eggs have got more expensive. It's that money has been devalued. It's the same as if you buy a house, if you bought a house 1,000 years ago, right now, that house will be worth trillions. And you bought it for $1 because money has been devalued. House prices hasn't gone up. And if you think about it, the house is a pile of ruins. It's worth a lot less than a brand new house you buy today. Obviously, right? But it's worth more because over time, that property has gone up in price because money's been devalued over time. And that's why you should always be invested in the stock market. Because if I give you money, if I give you cash, it loses power every single day. It loses buying power with inflation every single day. It's worth less every single day. It can be stolen. It can be ripped up and set on fire. It can be devalued. However, businesses, real estate, assets, it's why rich people obtain assets. Poor people hold money. Rich people hold assets. Because if you hold money, you are losing money. You're losing it. It's losing value. Everything seems to be more expensive, but it actually isn't. It's because money has been devalued. You've got to look at it on the other side of it. So that's why rates and inflation is so important. Otherwise, we have runaway inflation, runaway prices, and everything is out of control. And then you have no balance, and the world would just, it wouldn't make nothing would make any sense anymore. Nothing would work. All right. So how do they predict it? Well, they're looking at the economy and they're seeing what they need to do. And if they want to cool the market down, they raise rates. If they want to stimulate the economy, to warm it up, to get people to buy, get things to move again, then they lower rates. And the reason why you lower rates and the reason why it can stimulate the economy is when you've got low rates, money is cheaper to borrow. So MMAs, mergers and acquisitions, IPOs, initial public offerings. New businesses can start and thrive in a low rate environment. They can borrow money cheaply. People will use margin cheaply to buy the stock market. That's how it will go. And it'll encourage people to invest. It'll encourage people to build and buy and make stuff and so on and so forth. So how we predict whether rates are going to go up or down is by the state of the economy. Does the Fed need to raise rates? Do they need to reduce rates? Well, we look at the economy and we go, okay, jobs is okay, so we don't need to hold rates up from the jobs point of view. And the effect of rates on jobs is quite simple. If you've got a high interest rate, if rates are high, it cools the market down. People produce less, and not so many people more people will be laid off because we'll be producing less. So we don't want rates up too long and too high because that will affect business. But the economy is strong and resilient. You often hear the Fed talk about the economy is resilient in the United States. It is. It is. The jobs market is resilient. The economy is resilient. The stock market is resilient. Everything about the US economy is outstanding. Our debt is ridiculous, but the economy is resilient. Despite all these rates being up for so long and so high, the US economy has been able to sustain itself. So we can see where we are and we make decisions accordingly. I hope that answers your question. So how you can predict it is a lot more complex than I've just explained, but you use calculations to look at the growth and everything else, and inflation and employment and other things, and what the impacts on tariffs are and so on. And you can say, this is what they're likely to do. Great show as always. Momentum Marketing. Thank you very much indeed. Any good news today from rate cuts? Let's hope so. Great show. Momentum Marketing. Thank you. Trump said yesterday he has big news and it's not about tariffs. Any idea? Yes. Well, no, none whatsoever. It could be nothing. None whatsoever. Beer money. Beer money. I'm not sure what that's about. Having no expectations. Secret of life is tea. Having inner peace. No. Oh, I see. The secret of life. No. Secret of life. What is it? Have no expectations. Secret of life is tea. Having inner peace. To create life. Whiskey. This is a wonderful show that the whole world should watch. Thank you. Always giving honest, no but BS, just the facts. Survival. Good health. No. The Holy Grail from the Indiana Jones reference, obviously. That's right. Secret of life, be happy. No, avoid arseholes. Well, that can help. Having no expectations. That love is the answer. Milk. Mike is tea. Good morning. Have very low expectations. What are your thoughts on real estate investing? Is your house a rental property? I don't comment on that, Donald. What are your thoughts on real estate? Well, I don't like real estate. I prefer businesses, personally. A good mix is fine, but I prefer businesses. The secret to life is to die before you die. Hard to understand, but think about it. The secret to life is to die before you die. Okay, no, that wasn't where I was going. Hi, Craig. Good morning to all. Wow, great explanation. I hope that was helpful. Government borrowing and overspending. Venezuela, yes. We've got 7 minutes to go. What is the secret of life? That sounds good, Craig. Thank you, Martyn, for this complete answer. You're welcome. Such a great explanation and way to look at it. I don't keep any money in the bank anymore. It's all in investments. Yeah. Agree. We are very resilient, surprising at times. Supply shortages, being happy, secret of life. Trump's announcement is how great he's doing and how bad. Yeah, Sleepy Joe, apparently he's woken up, something like that, yeah. Good morning, Martyn. How do you know the Trump will be announced? When? Because I'll be live when it happens. That's how you'll know. Live in the moment is secret. No. There is no secret. Eddie Carty. The secret to life is to know there is no secret. Told you it's simple. Eddie Carty. The secret to life is to know there isn't one. Absolutely right. Simple as that. There isn't one. I'm going to get the stock market ready. Here we go. Wall Street. That is it. You hit it right on the head. Spot on. Well done to you. Let me just load Wall Street. Okay, Wall Street loaded. I have to refresh it from time to time. So there we go. Let's get ready. They're on a break.
Versatile and easy to use.
There you go. We'll be right back in 4 minutes with Wall Street. Hi, Martyn. What would be defined as a positive outcome from today's Fed meeting? Well, no rate cuts, a dovish Fed saying let's be clear, they won't say they're going to drop the rates in June. They won't say that. They never will. They never have. They're not going to say that. But a very dovish tone to say the economy is strong, it's very resilient, tariffs are okay, employment is good, dual mandate is intact, blah, blah, blah. And then everybody will go, rates are coming in June. That's what we want. We don't want a hawkish Fed, or we might have to raise rates. We want a nice approach. And that's what we're going to get. And that's good. So there you go. Variety, secret to life is a meaningful sacrifice to the highest good, peace and purpose. The secret of life is never give up. Good God, said Mike. He said, I waited and that was it. Whiskey helps though. Yeah, it does. Terry Rose, LLLP. Not sure what you mean by that. Almost time to ring the bell. The secret is to keep breathing. What stocks would you buy right now? Only the S&P 500. Kevin Mackinon, thank you. All right. Yeah. Yeah, breathing's a good thing. Yeah, you don't think about that too much, do you? Yeah. In fact, you never think about breathing. The only thing that matters. People spend their lives worrying about things, and the things that they should have worried about never entered their worried mind. The things you should think about, you pay no attention to. If you didn't breathe, you'd be dead in about 30 seconds. That'd be it. You're 30 seconds from death. Just stop breathing, and then you're dead. But how often do you consider thinking about breathing? But you'll think about something of no insignificance and no consequence whatsoever. You'll worry about something, about what someone thinks of you, who won't care 5 minutes after you're dead. You'll worry about that. You'll think about what someone thinks of you, but you'll never consider thinking about breathing. The only thing that's of any use to you whatsoever, you never give it a thought. Stop being concerned what other people think of you. This is your life. It belongs to you. It's a miracle that you're even here. In the history of the world, through millions of years, you are here right now, in the best time in history. No doubt about it. And every single person here is richer than the richest man on the planet just 60 years ago. Maybe less than that. Think of all the kings. Think of all the powerful people of the world. You are richer than them, than you've ever been. Every person here is richer than Henry VIII, the King of England, emperors, anyone. Anyone here has a better life than the richest man in the world, or woman, at any point in history. And you're alive right now, and you care what someone thinks of you. 5 minutes after you're dead, they won't even remember you. So why worry? Get on, live your life, enjoy your life.
Good news is, the
Let's get ready to ring the bell.
Still really strong. The job market is strong, and people who work at Uber, they have lots of opportunities everywhere.
20 seconds to go.
To take the opportunity with us, to take the opportunity to learn. But this is a company where you have to work hard.
Here we
We're
go.
not going to make excuses for that, and you have to work hard together, and that's the kind of environment we're trying to build.
8, 7,
we always
6,
like to say we've
5,
been coming in for 5
4,
days for a long
3,
time.
I still
2,
notice today on the
1.
subway things were more crowded than Wednesday's the
Wednesday.
I mean, people are still, yes, they're coming in more often, but not 5 days a week.
The bell has gone. Here we go again. Fed day, big day. We're excited. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Let's get into
Let's get
it.
the opening bell here in the CNBC Real-Time Exchange. The big board, it's Fortuna Mining.
Markets dropping on the bell. Expect volatility. Markets will go up and down. You know what you want to do. You're not going to be worried. Let's get straight into it.
It's a nice segue right into Novo, which did have a sales miss.
All right, let's go, 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 go. Here we go. Let's look at the market. Down she goes. The S&P 5, the overall market is still up. All good news, really, despite what's going on in India. The S&P, I won't buy until it goes to 494. That's it. None whatsoever. Virgin Galactic, flat. Palantir, the most corrupt stock, the most ridiculous CEO ever. He pumps the stock, he calls it the Palantirian army, and whenever we point out the fact, no one watches the video. It is that crazy. It's a fan club, no more. Nobody wants to see anything on YouTube. There's a whole army of people who refuse to watch anything against Palantir. It has to be pump it, pump it, pump it. And of course, everyone loses money. 129, ridiculous. 900 times earnings. Gold selling off today. That's selling off because people are buying assets again, businesses. Amazon up and moving up. Apple just about to go red perhaps, is it? It's going down. There it goes. It goes down right now. Next era energy. I wonder if that's got anything to do with India. We've now got Apple moving and putting more energy into India. All right, the S&P is going up though. Just give you a quick flash there on the screen. It's going straight back up again. Don't chase it up. Don't sell it down. Just be calm. You know your positions. Next year energy down today. Enphase energy going down. What a buy that is right now. Coca-Cola up 0.16. J&J up 0.25%. Chevron oil up 0.3. Tesla is up 0.7. McDonald's is up 0.21. Google having a nice day, up 1% today. Microsoft up only just. Nvidia 113 going down. Yet to report, it's going to beat on earnings. We're going to cover it live. You don't want to miss it, right? Walmart is up today, 0.31. Tilray Brands, no value here whatsoever. People love this. I don't. I think it's a complete and utter waste of time. People keep saying to me that there's going to be legislation passed, and I keep telling you there's no interest in the Trump administration whatsoever to push that through anytime soon. Of course, anything can happen in the future, but nothing soon. Robinhood, it's an $80 stock. Revalued this one now at $80. 40 was my original target. Now it's 80. Great business. Love Robinhood. IonQ. We've got the earnings, I think, tonight or tomorrow or someday. No one's booked it in yet. Rocket Lab. We've got Rocket Lab. That's booked for tomorrow. I think Rocket Lab is coming out tomorrow. Yes, May the 8th. Tomorrow we're covering Rocket Lab's earnings. You could cover that. Plug Power is down 0.06 today. I wouldn't be buying Plug Power either. Bitcoin about to break out. We think Bitcoin is about to break out. You guess where it's going. $150 million, 10 million, I don't know. Pick a billion, any number you want. I don't know. But we do believe it's about to break out, and the S&P will go with it. It's relatively correlated. XRP is down 0.7 today. That's our rundown. Very, very nice indeed. Okay, there we go. There's our stocks for the morning. Welcome, welcome, everybody. We've got a poll running in the chat. 356 votes. 54% of you, 55 people are voting all the time. 55% say a pause. However, it's not overwhelming, is it? 55%, 15% of you say a 0.5. Very low. 0.25 has a 22% chance, and a hike is 8%. So no one's thinking a hike or 0.5. It is between a pause and 0.25, but 50-50 really, isn't it? But anyway, 55% of you say pause. All right, there you go. It could happen. Either one of those could happen today. Let's ring the bell. So true. James, Terry Rose, your clock's off the market. Your clock's off the market. No, my clock is not off. My clock is exactly correct. Yes, an Englishman arrives, doesn't arrive early or late. He arrives when he means to. I'm only joking. My clock on the screen is live at this precise moment. You're behind the stream because you've got slow internet, or you've paused it, or you've buffered. You can catch up by going 2 times speed and catching up, or you can click the live button to bring yourself up to date. But no, and then my feed from CNBC is also different than my time, of course, because everything's being broadcast out to you. So The clock I'm looking at is the right time as I'm speaking live. That's my time. You're getting my time a few seconds later, unless you are paused and behind the stream. I can't control that, I'm afraid. It's a good day to have a good day. I like that, Rocky. Martyn, it's still possible to sponsor the bell for your channel. Yes, it is. This is the Sensei bell, and if you ever do a $20 super chat, you can sponsor the bell. What you do, you go on a Discord, you send me in your image for the day, and I will add your image on the screen and a link to your business. It's $20 to sponsor the bell, a super chat of $20, and you can send me a link via Discord and you can sponsor the bell. Yes. Tilray reverse split incoming most likely. Sorry, Martyn, my stream paused and I didn't realize that. Yeah, there you go, Dale. That's what happens. I sped my playback up to 3, but I too always seem to be 2 minutes behind you. Let me tell you how. This works. Right, this is where you're watching live right now. Whether you are on a mobile or whether you are on a computer, the situation is exactly the same. All right, it's exactly the same whichever device you are on. If you look below the video, there you go. See the grey line? This is the play line. You see it's grey? That's because I've closed this tab and I haven't been on the tab. You can see I'm behind. If you look at the time, you can see, look, that's why I got the time, 7:49. It's like an hour behind. So what can I do to fix it? Nothing. You're stuck in the past now. That's it. You're doomed. Right. Can you see this line here is grey? This line here is red. That's what's playing. This is behind. See? The live button is also grey. Can you see that? It's got a grey dot next to it. It means that we're behind the stream. So what can I do? Well, I can click the live button. There you go. It's jumped right up. Now then, it says 8:37. And the time for me is 8:37. It's about 10 seconds behind now. If you look at the clock, can you see on the clock? There's the clock on the telly, and there's above my head. Look, what, 20 seconds behind? Right? So you're 20 seconds behind now. That's pretty good. But you can do better than that. What you can do is you can click on the cogs, and you can go playback speed, and you can go all the way to 2. You can listen to me talking fast. That's pretty good, but you can do better than that. What you can do is you can click on the cogs and you can go and playback speed, and you can go all the way to 2. You can listen to me talking fast. That's pretty good, but you can do better than that. What you can do is you can click on the cogs and you can go. There you go. Now, if you look at my clock and playback speed, and you can go all the way to 2. You can listen to me talking fast. That's pretty good, but you can do better than that. What you can do is you can click on the cogs and you can go. If you now see the clocks. Now, if you look, they're virtually at my clock and playback speed. I've got to pause that because it's going to keep making that noise. But you get the idea. It catches up, okay? And you're only a couple of seconds behind. There you go. Now, the reason why this exists in the first place is because we have to have the buffering to enable closed captions. Now, I could turn closed captions off and be more up to date. However, you still get behind if you paused it or slow internet or you left the stream or whatever. So there's no point doing it. So I leave it on this setting. That way, if I click the CC, we've got closed captions because people watch, and some people watch because they're deaf, they don't hear, they're hearing impaired, or some people watch with closed captions. Other people translate it. We have it in 14 languages, so it translates for other people. So that's why those settings are the way they are. You can turn off closed captions and do what you want. All right, all makes sense? Martyn takeover. Martyn takeover. What's all that about? Good morning all. If you are not holding any crypto, why do you promote XRP all the time, your thumbnails and titles? Okay, if you are not holding any crypto, why do you promote XRP all the time in your thumbnails and titles? Well, why does a newscaster on your favorite news channel talk about wars in Iraq? Do they fight in them? Are they a soldier? No. I'm here to provide a service. And I talk about XRP along with thousands of other stocks. We cover all major earnings. We've done over 300 stock reviews. If you look at my full analysis video playlist, I've done over 300 businesses. I've interviewed about 9 CEOs. I've made over 7,000 videos. I've done over 7 million views. We cover every major event, news items, FOMC report, speeches from Jerome Powell, speeches from Trump. We cover everything that our audience wants information on. Because like any news channel, that's what we do. We cover the news and provide a community around it. Now, as we grow and we're about to hit 80,000 subscribers, we often rank number 1 for most stocks that we cover. We're not even a crypto channel, but we rank higher than most crypto channels for XRP. So when we talk about XRP, it ranks not only on YouTube, but it also ranks on Google. And so we have a responsibility to bring you information. Now, the reason why I don't own it is for the same reason as a broadcaster isn't in the middle of fighting a war, as the same reason that broadcasters on respectable news channels don't invest in the stocks they talk about. Because if I did, I would be a Nancy Pelosi, wouldn't I? I'd be an inside trader. I would be manipulating my audience for my own benefit. My aim is to provide the most honest service and to talk about what my viewers want, but without influencing it. So I only own the S&P because that way I don't influence anything, and you know what I'm saying is true and honest. Now, can I influence stocks without owning them? Yeah, I can. I get offered money all the time from people. The highest was $30,000 to promote a crypto project. I refuse. I refuse on your behalf to do the right thing for you. So every single day I open up my phone and I've got 100 sponsorship deals. Every single day. And I'm not interested. I only take sponsorship for $99 a month from you, my members, my viewers. So you know the information I give is real. If Coca-Cola, say for example, wanted to sponsor my channel and they offered me $1 million, I would say the same thing. You can sponsor my channel, but you have to be a member. You have to have interest in my show. You have to provide value to my audience. If they can do all those things and provide value and service and a member and someone from Coca-Cola watches regularly, then you can give me $1 million. I'll take it and I'll put it in the S&P 500. But if you're not, you just want me to promote something for you without you providing any service or value to my members and being a part of the family, then I'm not interested. And because of that, that's why I don't have lots of sponsorships other than the ones I already have of the members. So I don't own any XRP, but that doesn't mean to say I can't talk about it. If you're not holding any crypto, why do you promote XRP all the time, your thumbnails and titles? But remember, when I talk about XRP, it's not to promote it. I'm not employed by the company. I don't benefit from XRP going up other than being happy that my members make money. I'm not promoting it. I am providing news that people are interested in and they watch my show. I earn money when you watch my show and I invest it in the S&P. So I am taking all the money I earn and investing it in the American economy. And I'm not thereby influencing anything, am I? Does that answer your question, Rod Ennie? Good morning, all. No matter what happens, Powell is not going to do a rate cut. Unsure of actual motive, but he won't cut. God bless him, the Lucasade family. They have 90% chance of a pause, that last I checked. Can you tell me a fund that tracks the S&P 500 the same as VU does, but costs less to invest in? Is there a fund you could recommend that invests in markets outside the US that are safe? Well, there are lots. SM416, but you're fundamentally making a mistake when you say that costs less to invest. That's a very, very big mistake you're making, and I will explain to you what I mean. We have a thing called fractional sharing. At least we do on Robinhood and most brokerages. If you want my Robinhood USA free shares, there's a link in the chat. If you want Robinhood UK, you can get Robinhood UK. There's the link in the chat. So if you're watching from the UK or the USA, in the chat right now is my links. If you click on those links, you get Robinhood free shares. I get free shares. You get free shares. You can fractional share. Now, why this is important? I'm going to explain this. Just been asked a question here from SM416 saying that costs less to invest. And that was the first part of his question. Do not be concerned about the cost of the stock. Be focused on the value of the business. So I'll give you an example. If my business made $100 a year, let's imagine the future. Let's imagine in the future, Sensei wants to take over my show, and he wants to buy my business. He wants to buy Martyn Lucas Investor YouTube channel. My business earns $100 a year. Well, the way a business would be valued would be this year and next year. So it earns $100 this year, projected to earn at least $100 next year. So my business could be sold for $200. That's what it earns this year. That's what it's going to earn next year, plus growth. So I could sell my business for $200. That's the value of my business. All right. What it's earning this year and next year. I could say, I want $200 for my business, Sensei. And Sensei goes, great, I'll give you $200 now. Fantastic. Except that they aren't their real numbers. So you can bugger off. You're not getting it for $200. But let's say I sold it for $200. Let's say I had one share available. One share available, and you owned the entire 100% of the company. 100% of the stock was available. It was all liquid. It was all in circulation. I wasn't keeping any for myself. I was selling 100% of the business. Every share was made publicly available, and there was one share, and that one share was valued at $200 because that's the value of the business. And I go $200 for one share. Or what if I said there are 200 shares, $1 each? What's the difference? None. If he buys a share, one share, and he owns the whole business, he owns the whole business for $200. The business is worth $200. He owns the whole of the business. That's worth $200. If he buys one share, he owns $1 of the business. That's still worth $200. The value of the business is the focus, not the price of the stock. The value of the business is $200, and he buys it because he knows my growth is like that, straight up. So next year it's going to make $300, $400, good investment. You're buying the value of 200 and it's going up and up and up and up and up. So you're paying $200 for this business, whether you buy one share, 200 one shares, or one at 100. Sorry, one at 200. Doesn't matter. The valuation is still 200. An investor wants to buy undervalue because it's worth more than 200, because next year I'm earning $300, $400. So good buy. Whether you buy 1 share or 200 shares, you've still got the business worth $200. Value the business, not the stock price. Your only question is, do you want to buy 1/200th of the stock? That's 1 at $1. Or do you want to own the entire business so you get all the profit, all the control? You are running their business. That's all you have to decide. So when you talk about the S&P 500, is there something cheaper? It doesn't matter which ETF tracks the S&P 500. The growth is the same. The valuation is the same. The reason the stock price is higher or lower is how many stocks are in circulation. Is there only 1 share of the S&P? Then it's worth trillions. Are there billions of shares? Then it's worth pennies. It's the same business, the same valuation. So if you can fractional share and you can buy $10 of the S&P, then buy $10 if that's all you can afford. You don't buy another version of VU because you can buy more shares. It doesn't matter. Would you rather own 1%, and would you rather own 0.00001% of 1 share of Berkshire Hathaway, or millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of Binky Bonks coins? Well, obviously, you'd rather own 0.00000 shares of Berkshire because it's an actual business that's of value and makes money. The other one is speculative and worth nothing. Might go up, whatever, but that's not the point. The valuation isn't there, right? So don't focus on, I want something because something else, because VU is too expensive. VU is $500. I can't afford $500. You're buying the S&P 500. You've already decided you want the S&P 500. Decide how much of it you want. Do you want $10 of it, $100 of it, $1 million of it? Doesn't matter. Fractional share. Doesn't matter. You buy the value of the business, not the price of the stock. And my job as an investor is to buy undervalue. You heard yesterday, on Monday, if you followed us for the Jerome Powell presentation, so why I did this. I run a 6-hour show, the greatest investor of all time. 6 hours, unedited, all the way through. And for those of you who want it to be broken down in questions, in sections, I put it all for you on X. Hardly anyone paid attention to it. Here's my X account. There's my Instagram. Here it is in the chat. I broke down all the things that Warren Buffett said in bite-sized pieces. Hardly anyone watched it. Look at that. 6 views. 6 likes. 1 repost. Tariffs on, tariffs off. You click on it. It opens up the clip. So Warren Buffett will answer the questions on tariffs. And I broke down every single question. Took me 6 hours to do this in a live show to bring you all of these. He talked about Japan. He talked about his cash position. He talked about stocks and real estate. And you learned from the greatest investor. He talked about AI. I broke all these down for you. Hardly anyone watched any. Look, 2, 7. No one cares.
Jerry and Elba donated $5 through a super chat. Thank you for bringing us the most accurate and honest investors channel and creating the most greatest family members, the Lucasade family.
Thank you very much. Very kind of you, that super chat. Appreciate it very much indeed. It supports the channel, and Can't thank you enough for that. But there is the link to X and Instagram. Go and check it out. So understand what value is. Understand what businesses are. Don't be concerned with the price of the stock. It's not important. Listen to the greatest investor of all time. And the reason why I use Warren Buffett as an example, he doesn't buy back his own shares until they are undervalued. Every other CEO does. Why? Because they want to promote the stock. Warren Buffett buys when it's right for his shareholders. He buys when it's undervalued. When it's undervalued, like it was a few weeks ago, I went all in on the S&P. I bought the exact bottom and I timed it perfectly. Why? Because I'm smart? No. I just buy with conviction and then swapped the stocks that were more expensive on the way up. That thereby guaranteeing that I buy the bottom. If you don't know what I mean, type into YouTube, Martyn Lucas Investor, always win. And I explain exactly how I did that and how you can do that. I've done 24 trades now. Or was it 25? I've lost count. 25 trades, 25 wins. I never lose. It's not because I'm smarter than anyone else. It's just I have patience and discipline, and I do it all live in front of you. You can see me doing it. I don't make this stuff up. I've been live for 4 years, 12 hours a day, all day, every day, and everything's there for you. So just, whatever. Anyway, so the first part of your question was that costs less. Hopefully by now you've realized that's the wrong question. But now you're asking, would I recommend something else? Because you can't get the VOO outside the US. Well, first of all, you soon will be able to on Robinhood UK. So again, there's Robinhood USA for free shares. There's Robinhood UK for free shares. Get Robinhood UK, do it now, you get free stock. VOO will be coming eventually to the SM. Will be coming to the UK. There are others. What you have to consider is this: every fund that's ever been created wasn't created for your benefit. It's not because everyone's trying to stuff you over. As some silly people say on YouTube, they will say, the man is trying to stuff it over to you. He's not. Doesn't know you exist. Couldn't care less. What's actually happening is everyone who sets up a fund has to make money from that fund to run it. So if they're doing that, there's something in it for them. So you lose. Now you can't buy the S&P 500 unless you're going to buy 500 individual stocks, which you can, by the way, and you can do it no cost whatsoever. So here's one way you could do it. You could look at the prospectus of VOO or SPY or any of the ETFs, because you can't buy the S&P 500, and you could see what is in the fund. And right at the top is Apple, Microsoft, Google, Nvidia, and all the way down. You can see all 507, for some reason, 507 stocks in the index, and you can see what the allocation is. So you could go and say, right, I'm going to buy all 500 stocks today. I'm going to buy all 500 stocks. I've got $100. I've got 500 divided by their percentages. So there's $6 going into Apple. There's $5 going into Nvidia. There's $4 going into Microsoft. There's $3 going to And when you get down to all the others, there's 10 cents, 1 cent, right, out of $100. You could do that. However, if you do that, it's a pain in the ass. But that is the most efficient way of doing it, because there's no fees. So obviously you don't want to do that. Because what if one of those businesses drops off, and they do all the time? One will drop off, new gets replaced. You don't want to be in the, you don't want to be stuck with the wrong one, do you? So you own an ETF, an exchange traded fund. Now, if you can't own VOO, there are many others, SPY, whatever. There are many, many others that track the S&P. Now, there are different versions of the S&P as well. There are by market cap, equal weight. So there's an equal weight to all the 500. I like the purity of the S&P 500, which is by market cap, which is what VOO is, which is what SPY is. So don't get too confused. Don't get confused. If you get an S&P ETF that tracks the S&P, if it says anything in the title like, growth, value, yada, 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 it's not the pure form. If it tracks the S&P, it tracks the S&P, and that is by market cap, right? What you're looking for then, you're simply looking for the expense ratio to be as low as possible. Now, let me show you the difference. If I show you SPY, I'll do it here, actually, probably be easier. If I show you VOO, how do you do? By the way, if you want to get one of my t-shirts, VOO, how do you do? I have, they're in the shop now. Do you want to have a look? Look at this. VOO, how do you do? Got buy like Buffett. All my catchphrases now are available. There you go. Look. VOO, how do you do? All my t-shirts, all my phrases, all my catchphrases now have a t-shirt. Look at that. Pretty good? VOO, how do you do? And if you put them in the shop, here's the shop, martynlucasshop.com. You can get free mugs, win free prizes because you can multi-bag. You can add things, build them all up to a big basket. You get 25% off. You get free mugs. If you get prizes and all sorts. Anyway, there you go, martynlucasshop.com. Anyway, so this is VOO. Look down here at the expense ratio. There it is, just there. 0.03. It's the most cost-effective way of buying those 500 stocks. It isn't worth your time, unless your time is worth nothing. Mine is worth hundreds of dollars an hour now, maybe thousands of dollars an hour, actually. So I value my time. I don't want to go through and buy 500 stocks. I'll pay 0.03 for them to do it for me. Plus, they'll remove the bad ones. Now, if I go to SPY, you'll see it's 3 times as much. If I type SPY in, SPY, if I type SPY in and scroll down, you'll see the expense ratio just there is 0.09. 300% more. 3 times as much. Was it 200%? 3 times as much. All right? So, why is SPY more expensive? And I'm not on about the price of the stock. We've already moved past that, right? Everybody gets it now. Everybody gets the value rather than the price, right? We talked about that earlier with my business being worth $200, right? So you buy the one with the least expense ratio. In other words, the least amount of commission coming out of it to pay for the fund. Now, the reason why SPY is more expensive than VOO is SPY is designed for professional traders, a lot more liquidity, a lot more cost involved. It's the same index. It's virtually identical under a microscope. You can't tell the difference. Same growth, everything's the same. You'll end up exactly the same. If you put the two over top of each other, you'll end up no difference in a million years. But you'll pay more fees. The fees won't matter to you unless you've got millions of shares. You won't even see it. But why pay more? But you've got more liquidity. Oh, hello.
Jerry and Elba donated $15 through a super chat. For a song for Cecilia, Stacy, and Life is But a Dream on Friday Love Event Global Pub.
Well, that's early. 2 days away. Okie dokie. Please remind me you've done that. That's very kind of you. Thank you. I'll do that. Absolutely. She likes a bit of Puff the Magic Dragon, doesn't she? And of course, Life is But a Dream. Thank you, Jerry and Elba. So, make sure that you get a good management fee. You don't require. Now, this is a top tip coming up, right? How can you predict the future and make money on the stock market? Because you can. With SPY and VOO. Let me tell you how you do it. SPY is more expensive in a management fee because it's a lot more liquidity. It moves quicker. It's going, VOO's going, right, slower. Less liquidity because people tend to just own it. They trade it. I trade it. But it's not as fast because when you see the stock market, when you see that my line move in there, you're not seeing all these lines in between. Millions of trades are being done a second and you're missing all the trades. They're just smoothing it out. Otherwise, you couldn't see it, right? So, you know, you're not trying, you know, you're not a professional trader at Wall Street. You know, you're retail like me, right? You got to smooth it out. Life would be too hard, right? So, SPY has a lot more liquidity, a lot more stocks are moving, a lot more things going on. VOO is the bigger fund, by the way. It's a lot more retail investors are realizing this, and I'm really glad people are. It's now one of the biggest ETFs in the world. It's overtaken SPY, which is great to see. Actually, more retail investors are actually buying a good business now, which is great. I love to see that. The SPY is more expensive because of liquidity. You don't require it. But here's how, top tip. Here is how you can beat the stock market and buy know what the future price is going to be. And I'm not on about futures. And it only works with Apple. On Apple earnings. So here it is. Here's your top tip. Are you sitting comfortably? If you watch SPY and VOO, if there is some violent price action, in other words, something moves the stock very quickly, SPY reacts instantly because of liquidity. It moves really fast. VOO is 5 minutes behind. Maybe not 5 minutes, about a minute. Depends. It's a minute behind because it just averages it out. It doesn't move all the time. It just moves to the next level, moves down again, moves up again. It's slower. It doesn't need to be as violent as SPY. It always ends up the same place. The growth's the same, but it doesn't move as violently as SPY, right? So, so here's how you can beat the market. You have to know why it's moved. So let's say, and it only works with Apple because Apple is 6% of the S&P 500. Other companies with 0.1% and stuff, they can't move the S&P individually. If they all move 0.1%, yes. But if you need to focus on a stock that can move the market, the overall market. Well, the only one that can is Apple because it's like 7% of the S&P, right? So if you've got, and this is why I cover the earnings, if you've got Apple suddenly drop or suddenly beat or whatever it does, boom, it moves. SPY will go with it because it tracks the S&P and and Apple is a big part of it. So SPY will move. You know, let's say it moves up. You know that VOO is going to go up in a minute. 100%. Because you've just seen Apple, boom, it got a blow off earnings, it went up 10%, SPY's gone, voomp. And VOO, you've got a minute. You know VOO is going to go up. SPY's already moved. Top tip here, folks. So you know VOO is about to go up. Now, it's not worth doing this on any other stock because if it's a smaller percentage, it won't move it enough. It's not worth the bother. There's no point trying to trade the S&P at 0.01% and you've only got $50. It's not doing anything, is it? However, if you see Apple have a big swing on an earnings, SPY goes voomp, VU is a minute away before it moves. Now, any other stock is just not enough worth the bother. But Apple is. It's the only one it works with. But then VU will move. Now then, can you benefit from that? It's a top tip. Can you benefit from that? Because everyone knows that, right? You all know it, right? You all go, hey, I know about that. You can't benefit guaranteed, because this is what happens. Even though VU is low volume and it's just going whereas SPY's going right. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. So you've just seen Apple go up 10%. Oh, brilliant. I remember Martyn's tip. I'm going to make some money. Whee! I'm going to buy some more VU. SPY's gone up. Whee! VU's sitting there going, how do you do? I'm just sitting around sleeping. Get yourself a t-shirt, martynlucasshop.com. It's just sitting there waiting. It's going to go up in a minute. Martyn said it's going to go up. Of course, if Apple then goes back down again, it goes back down again. It smooths it out, right? So it's not a guaranteed thing. But it's going to go up, okay? 9 times out of 10, it's going to go up. How can you benefit from it? Well, if you just go buy because it's going to go up, you lose. Don't do that, because it is moving up and down just because you can't see it. You've got to do a limit order for where it is now. Now, it might not go through because it's moving, and it has to allow a little bit for the market maker. So this is what you do. If you want to buy it, knowing it's going to go up, let's say it's $500, it's going to go up. It's going to go up Apple's moved 10% and it's 7% of 10%. So you can work out it's going to go from 500 to 502. Let's just say. So you put a buy order in at 550 cents to allow for the market maker, allow for the movement. You just might get lucky. And then it will pop up and boom. I've done that loads of times. And made some money. Now, when I do it, when I traded the S&P, on my Roth IRA, and I've done it here on the main account, I can make hundreds of dollars because I've got nearly $400,000 now invested. So that's how people make money. And there you go. Then you can sell it again if you want. But that, only buy and sell it if you're a trader. I don't do that anyway. I just long-term investing, but I trim off the top sometimes. But on my Roth IRA, I can trade. But right now I'm down on the S&P, so there's no point selling for losses, is there? So there you go. Top tip. How about that? How do you do? Right. So SM416, I hopefully now I've explained all about VU. I've explained all about the S&P 500, and hopefully now you've got UK, you've got your free stocks, Robinhood. You can wait, or you can look for other. There are many, and basically go on your brokerage and look for an ETF that tracks the S&P by market cap. There are many. There's hundreds, and look at the expense ratio. I hope that answered your question. Too late, 100% of the time. SBLG, this is the most honest and accurate channel you'll find. Martyn is awesome. Thank you so much. Good morning, Martyn, and everyone. You tell them. You rule, Martyn. Wow, look at all these comments. Unfortunately, with fractional shares, you cannot submit limit orders nor trade after hours. That is the limitation, correct? That is what I love about this channel, that I can learn about all the stocks, because you are here to teach. Denise is a bodybuilder. Look at that picture. Look at that. She's a bodybuilder. Flippin' heck, Denise. Others grow their own portfolio. You're not here to pump. That's right. Inform and help others grow their own portfolio. You're not here to pump. That's right. I'm not. That's why I've got 1,000 members. That's why people watch all day, every day. That's why we're growing, because people want a real channel that benefits them. Who wants a YouTube channel that was designed to benefit me? God knows why people watch Meet Kevin. He charges hundreds of dollars for his training programs that we do for free in Discord. Isn't that mad? We have the cheapest. I mean, our extra channel provides support 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 99 cents. I make it as cheap as possible. That's why everyone's a member. Anyway, and he's flying around in planes. That's your money. That is. Hey Martin, what would be the equivalent of VU and SPY and S&P 500? I don't know actually. It depends on your brokerage. Everyone's different. You just need to compare. As long as it tracks the S&P by market cap, it's the same. I see. Thank you for explanation. Pause equals sell-off. No, I don't agree with that. I'll have to watch again. Been busy, Martin. God bless. Salute from the chat from Thailand. I also believe they put their own stock during earnings. I also believe they buy their own stock during earnings. Thank you. You're welcome. Morning, everyone. Being a new investor and wanting to jump in on the S&P, can I jump now or still wait for a dip? Poor blue line pick. I don't know your financial situation. If you become a member, you can call into the show. Ask me a question. Phone in. I'll discuss it. I'll discuss it with you properly. I would need to know your situation. I need to understand understand you. Hi Martin, do I have to subscribe to Discord now to get access to all the yes, all the chats? Bartex. Yeah, Discord is now premium service. If you do it on a browser, it's only $2.99 a month. And it's not the same service as the free service anyway. Me and Sensei are recording training videos that will only be available. How to read charts, talk to Ed Nevius, learn to scalp trade. You can message me 24/7, direct messaging, private messaging. Many perks are coming to Discord Premium. There's Discord. The free service is not available anymore. It's just premium. It's $2.99 a month if you do it on a browser. It's $3.99 if you do it on the app. I can't make it any cheaper than that. And we're adding much more services, much more benefits, and so on and so forth. But yeah, there you go. Yeah. Everyone should be a member on Discord. And when you think about it, training videos, talk to Sensei, talk to me directly, Ed Nevius, scalp training. I mean, all that for $2.99. I mean, it's ridiculous. I only have access to merch pictures. My Discord is Bartex. Yeah, Bartex. The free service is finished now. Yeah, you needed a 3-month badge. You got 2 months. The free upgrade to those that have a 3-month badge, because we're honouring all our previous members, all our founder members, runs out on May the 15th. So if you're 3 months, go and open a ticket and get yourself the free service if you have a 3-month badge. Good luck. GPUs are looking good. Surprise nuclear war isn't causing more selling. Can I order from Pakistan? Yes. They're probably made in your country. They're made all over the world in your country, and so on. Does anyone actually think the Fed will cut rates? Let me end the poll. 16% do. I suppose I'm asking, is there a fund that tracks the best stocks that are not American companies? I suppose it's a fund that tracks the best stocks that are not. Well, that's something completely different. You're asking me about an unknown quantity. You're asking me about, is there a fund that tracks other stocks? Yeah, there's millions. There's millions of stocks. What's your interest? What country do you want to track? What industry do you want to track? Yeah, millions. It's called an ETF, Exchange Traded Fund. What percent is VU to SPY? What percent of VU to SPY? What do you mean? What percent? They're both exactly the same. 0.03 and 0.09 cost basis. What time's the call in today? The call in. We've got time for a call in right now. If anybody wants to call in, there you go. Live video phone in. Live video. It's a first come, first serve. Up to 10 people can call in at once. Live video phone in. You've got to be a member. There's the link. You've got to tell me you're calling in before you call in so I can pick up the phone to you. Thank you, Martin. I don't do bodybuilding, but I do personal training, and I've fought professional MMA. Congratulations. Well done indeed. Yeah, great. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Well done to you. What are your thoughts on India booming, India bombing, or bombing? No, there's not a negative effect because the marketing, because of the economic news about trade deals is far outweighing that. It's really hard being an Nvidia investor lately. The stock seems stuck in a downtrend, but wait till the earnings. Right. Anyway, the trouble is people don't have faith anymore. They keep selling out all the time. That's the problem. Right. The live video phone-in. You got 5 minutes because we got a premiere coming up in a minute. Has everyone tapped the like button? Has everyone tapped the like button? Has everyone subscribed? We got 9 minutes left. We got a world premiere. So let me explain what's happening. This show is about to end after the video phone-in. If no one calls in, I'm about to end the show. This is what comes next. Your link is pinned to the top. Pinned to the top. We are going here for a premiere. This is what's going to lead you in to the FOMC report. The FOMC report is going to lead you into all of this. Right? There is the link to the event. It's pinned to the top. Sensei does a 2 or 3 minute chart for the next industry to take off. We believe that is EVTOLs. This will play for a couple of minutes. Okay? The link to the next event is pinned to the top, pinned in the comments, and pinned below. Right? And it'll automatically take you to that event. That is the event where Vaz is going to explain to you about why we think EVs are about to take off with the earnings next week. All right? Then the FOMC report is pinned to the top of that live chat. These are live premieres. Live premieres. Then there is the link underneath as well. And again, it will automatically take you to the big event of the day, the FOMC report. Okay, so you need to jump into these to be able to get this link. We're going to take you back to back, couple of minutes into the main event. You cannot afford to miss it. So we're going to start with our first one in a couple of seconds' time. All right, is everybody on standby? All right, I hope you're ready to go. So let me just make sure I've got the that one there. Oops, wrong one. That one there, we'll go back to redirect chart. There you go. Okay. I am all set, ready to rock and roll. So no one's calling in. Can't call in. Can't call yet. You can't call yet? What do you mean you can't call yet? Okay, I'll end the call then. I'll end that. Okay, there you go. What time is the FOMC? Okay, so here we go. One more time. We've got a couple of minutes to go. Let me show you what's going to happen. We're live right here, right now. This is where we are. We're going to end this stream. The link is in the chat, pinned to the top. It will automatically take you there or click on the link. This is a 2-minute world premiere. You follow this path, it will give you the link, right? Automatically. 2 minutes. Sensei's doing a very important chart for a stock we believe could break next week. Pop up, right? You want to watch this. In the live premiere, it's a live premiere, first time. You go into the movies when a video airs for the first time. In the chat, pinned to the top, next. That's part 2. That's also a couple of minutes long. Underneath the video, in the comments, it's also there for you. So this will take you automatically to part 2, which is this one. This is a couple of minutes long. Then in the chat, the FOMC report. It will take you directly there, and underneath the chat, in the comments, it's there as well. Plus, it will automatically take you to the highlight of the day. Boom. There it is. Okay? Good? Everybody get it? Right. So all you've got to do is stay right where you are and click on the link that's at the top, it will automatically take you through to the next one, backwards and forwards, and you will simply go from one step to another. Okay? And it'll tell you the time zones and in your time zone, wherever you are. Right. So we've got 4 minutes before the first part. Join me back to back. The chat is live. This chat is live. These are live premieres. So it's a video premiering for the first time. So the chat is live. The links are live. It will take you one to the other. You can click on them and go through to the next one and so on and so forth. So we've got 4 minutes to go. So before we go, it's time for Day Trader of the Day. Find out who wins today. Here we go. Shadoo. And we shall also do the stars of the show as well. So I'm up 1%. Up. Do, do. Who will be the stars of the show today? Shadoo, shadoo, woo. Here we go. Who's the stars of the show today? And here we go. Let's see who wins. Let's roll the credits. Who are the stars of our show today? Are you on the list? Did you do a super chat? Stars of the show today. Here we go. Subscribers, Bocal Ladoc, Kevin Mackinon, Gaz, Super Seasider, and super chats from Jerry and Elba. We had no members today. It was quite a quiet day, really. Only a few subscribers, but these are public subscribers. There could be more that aren't public. But thank you very much, the stars of our show today. A quick look at our subscribers. Let's see how we grew today. We had 2,500 people throughout the show. There's the numbers. I share with you everything live on the screen. Ask me anything you want, I'll tell you. There's our numbers. 79,454. Nearly 80,000. Absolutely fan-flipping-tastic. There you go. Who is winning today? Down 3.71, up 4.3. Mark Saxby is going in the lead, 1.46. I will get 3 months badge on the 16th of May. The 16th of May. Right, Bartex, go into Discord, create a ticket. You've got time then. You've got time to get your service. All right? So get yourself in there on Discord, create a ticket. There's still people who haven't done it yet. You're running out of time, 15th of May. So get yourself onto Discord, create a ticket, read the information. Simple stuff, very, very easy. All right, the winner is up 0.7. Mark Saxby is the winner. Thank you for your trade today. And Mark Saxby is the winner. Give him a thumbs up today. Bam, 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 booby, shooby, doo. Shadoo, dee, dooby, doo, wap. Yeah. All right, you wouldn't believe I'm a professional singer, would you? We like to lark about. We like to lark about. Bloody hell. Bloody hell's right. Okay, here we go. Here is the premiere. It's about to start. So here is the link. It's pinned to the top. Follow what I said. Back to back, 3 short videos taking you to the FOMC report. Join us live. There's the links. It'll automatically take you there. Go to the clip at the top, and each one will take you to the next one. This is only a couple of minutes long. Then you'll go to this one, watch it all the way through. That will give you the link to that one, and then that will give you take you to the FOMC report. I'll be live in all the chats, all the events, and with you, of course, for the FOMC report. What a great day. Don't chase the markets. Understand what's going on, and you always win. 25 trades, 25 wins. Keep making money. Easy, really. It's easy to make money in this world. The hard part is to keep it. Have discipline. Work harder than anyone else. Always work harder than anyone else. Your time is super valuable. Don't give your time to an idiot. Those that run you down and criticize only do out of jealousy because they've got nothing in their own lives. And 5 minutes after you're dead, they'll forget about you, and you'll wonder why you even bothered worrying about them. Live for your own life. Live to do the right thing. Surround yourselves by winners, successful people, and you win. If you surround yourself by losers, anyone who's doing nothing, achieving nothing, take no advice from them. Because if their advice was any good, they'd be doing good too. So surround yourself by good people and you'll always win. There it is. The premiere is about to start. Come and join me. That's it from me. Thank you very much indeed. I am out of here. Thanks ever so much. Join me on the premiere. Are you ready? I will see you back live on all of these and the premiere itself. Until then, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.